Hey, so I'm doing a tarot reading. This is like super off the cuff like idea I had come to me last Friday, and so this is like these readings are like purely experimental. They're not like there's no like mic, there's no like I don't even have like a proper like phone stand or whatever. So it's like this is a very like bootleg reading, but I just wanted to practice like putting content out there for tarot. So this is, yeah, my first tarot reading. Um, yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to collect, or I'm going to do a message for the collective and just see what comes through. All right, we have the moon, three more. So overall, I'm getting a really positive energy, which is interesting because we got the moon and the Five of Cups, but one more and one more. Okay, so what I'm seeing just from this reading is it looks like there's kind of been like a triumph almost over darkness in a way. I don't know if that sounds corny, but it feels like people have kind of overcome maybe a very dark cycle in their lives. So it's showing me kind of like it's like moving past something difficult or overcoming something difficult, I think is the right way to describe it. So we're going to do 3 cards for the moon, or actually 4. Usually do 4. Oh, and I'm using the B Nettles Mountain Dream Tarot. Alright, the Ace of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so what I'm seeing under the moon is it looks like there's a lot kind of emerging from the darkness. So again, like I said before, it looks like there was like a period of darkness or maybe very deep contemplation, but it looks like there's something that's coming out of that. I'm seeing the Knight of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles, and these are very like earth cards. So it's showing like a lot of very complex and in-depth contemplative energy about something that could be very bright or very fortuitous. So it's sort of like over analyzing. It's like getting a really good job opportunity, but you spend a really long time analyzing whether or not you should take the job. So it's like it's kind of showing me that like this cycle of like processing or reflecting or maybe digesting or metabolizing an idea is over, and it's sort of like the fruit is now it's like you've decided, okay, the fruit is there, I guess. I don't know how else to describe it. All right, 3 cards for that. Six of Wands. So what it's showing me is like it's sort of like I think what happened was probably a lot of difficult and very heavy energies. But I think there was sort of like a rootedness, or like people kept their feet in the ground where it's like, no, this is something that's going to be overcome. So there was like a lot of like it's like kind of like walking in the snow, which is literally what you see in the Five of Pentacles, where it's like the wind is blowing at you, you're cold, you're freezing, but it's like you've made that decision that despite this sort of setback, I am going to sort of overcome this difficulty, and I'm going to kind of dig my heels in the ground and make sure I make it to the other side. All right, 3 cards for that Five of Cups. 1, 2, one more. All right, so the Five of Cups is really interesting because it shows, if you look at the original card, it shows like 3 cards down and 2 cards up. And that's very much like the energy I'm getting from this, where it's like, it was like there are losses and there are setbacks, and it's like, it's like that phrase, like, don't cry over spilt milk. Like, there's kind of an acceptance that there were a lot of losses and that there was a lot of setbacks in a given situation. um, but there was also, I think, what's really interesting is beneath kind of like that chaos or that confusion, underneath there was like there was a sense of security, like an inner calm or like an inner peace, or sort of an inner sense of that there is stability available. So I feel like that was like, even though there was a lot of very complicated energy moving around, I think at the core, there was like some sort of calm that was present the entire time. Okay, so we're gonna go 4 cards for the world. All right. And one more for that world card. So immediately from the world, I'm getting a lot of closure. Like, it's sort of like, I don't know, like, um, let's say, like, I live in New York. So let's say I get on the train and like there's like a really intense event that happens on the train. Like a guy is screaming. I'm just trying to get home from work, and like the train is now just kind of a chaotic environment. So the feeling I'm getting from the world card is sort of like you've stepped out of the train, you've that event is behind you, and you're kind of now just like walking forward. You're walking home. You're going home to decompress. You can have your dinner. You can leave this like kind of negative experience behind. So there's kind of like this like really nice calm, that I'm feeling. And I feel like it's a very, like, even though we have the Magician card here, which is like a really strong card for creativity and growth and expansion, it's tempered by Justice and the Temperance. So I feel like it's like, okay, I feel better. I'm gonna do small things to make myself feel good. I'm gonna like, I'm just gonna like kind of ease into like a better energy or a calmer energy or a healthier frame of mind. So yeah, it feels like, we've kind of metabolized a pretty intense event, and it's like now it's sort of like a little bit more lighter, more refreshing energy is coming in. All right, well, thanks for listening, and I hope that resonated.